Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It. I'm Tom Ahles, President of Growth. Today, I get the honor and privilege to sit with my longtime friend, Evan Einhorn, broker owner of Modern Home Lending. I believe, what state are you out of now at this point, Evan? I know you've been moving around and got another big move on the way. Where are
Yeah.
you located?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I'm an Arizona native. During COVID, spent some time in Georgia, but now moving back to Arizona full time. So excited about that. But we're in four states. Those are the two main states that we work in.
Beautiful. So
Grateful.
you go from humidity and hot to just hot, no humidity.
Honestly, it's not bad compared to our friends in South Florida, Louisiana, Houston.
Yes.
Phoenix and Atlanta, way nicer.
Well, that's Arizona is definitely a beautiful area. I'd say at some point I would love to. I'll probably go to Florida instead, but at some point plan on moving somewhere south other than Minnesota. Right?
Yeah,
It's beautiful this time of year, but outside of that, no bueno. So,
or at least a
uh,
second home.
yes.
Goals.
Well, let's jump into it, Evan. I appreciate you
Yeah.
being here. I think you and I met, if I'm not mistaken, at one of AIM's first events. It's kind of like their Hall of Fame, but down in Costa Rica, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Yep.
Since then, you've always been a good, I don't know how to say this, you're a great member, not only of AIM, but a really strong broker owner. As you lead by example, you're always doing good things to help those around you. And today, I'm sure will be no different. So, my goal with this is really we want to give our brokers out there something tangible, something to take home. Like, what are you doing to win? And I know one of the things that you and I chatted about is you really fully utilize the resources that a lot of lenders have to offer, right? Tell me about that and what that means to you and how you're using it to go out and grow and get it.
I would say the number one resource that a lot of our lenders have that's super underutilized is just education and webinars. And just like we're going to spend 5-10 minutes talking today, they're like, even though arguably I'm probably one of the busier people at my companies, 4 or 5 hours a week, there is a webinar going on my screen. So I am always learning. And you know, no one knows it all, especially in this industry. So whether it's Flagstar's monthly flex,
Yep.
that's always super informative. UWM has great trainings virtually or in person. The Loan Store just did a webinar on the buy before you sell program. Like,
Yep.
in my opinion, that's what helps me stay an expert. Because if I didn't watch trainings for 6 months, like, I would no longer be an expert.
100%.
So
Couldn't agree with you more. And you touched on a couple of good ones. I know, like, obviously, there's new products coming out all the time, right? And I know for the majority of us, especially I'll just say the average LO in this industry isn't closing 10, 15 loans a month to where they're forced to know. And the
right.
only way that you can be knowledgeable is exactly how you said, taking advantage of a lot of the free resources that our lending partners have. So, you just mentioned like you did the sell before you buy that the Lone Star came
Yep.
out with. You mentioned the one with Flagstar. I haven't tuned into that one, so I'll have to add that to my list. I know I'm really big on the 3 points that Matt does. I've started
Yep.
even. I don't know if you've done that coaching with Chris Vincent from Windsor. That's another
I
really solid one.
I'm not a consistent watcher, but I've been on there before. Again,
Yeah, I
solid.
mean, he adds a lot of new good things to it. So, as a true advisor, how do you then communicate all of those options to your clients? Like, how do you decide? Are you doing a DPA? Are you not? Are you doing one-time close? Are you referring it out? Walk me through that.
That's a good question. I think as a true advisor, the goal is, hey, we're going to be reviewing all your options. And I know with the internet, like, people are shopping more than they were 10 years ago. But the way we work on that is like, hey, we're your advisor. Like, if you lay out three different options for a client, they're more likely to go with one of your options versus someone else.
Yeah,
Same thing as far as real estate partners. Like, the goal is when they refer me someone, if anyone can get it done, Evan can get it done. And multiple partners have said that without me even saying it. So I think
yeah,
it's just built into how we work and our culture. So,
yeah.
um,
I would say that I have built that same reputation with my agents, which is one of the reasons why the broker channel has, such a good name, being the go-to
yep,
person in your market. All of us as brokers have that ability, but it's whether or not you dive into the education piece of it, like Evan's saying,
Right.
that you can actually have an intelligent conversation. Not,
Eh,
yeah, I offer DSCR, and then like, oh, well, what does that mean? Like, oh, well, it's like this loan that, no,
Right.
you need to be a professional, take the time, just like Evan said. He's a top originator in the country. The guy's always closing a lot of loans. You're not hearing him make excuses why he's not diving in and getting better every week, right?
Yeah.
Tuning into webinars, signing up for new ones. He left a couple good nuggets today as far as which ones to listen. I shared
Yep.
my opinion as well, which I like to do. And really just good stuff. So, Evan, man, I think it was pretty short and sweet, right? Education is the key in this industry, unless you want to be a hardcore salesman and not have relationship based. Last
Right.
week's episode with Claire Mahoney was the same thing, right? She's talking about going out into her market, creating relationships, client appreciation. Yours is being able to coin yourself as the go-to person. If it can get done, Evan can get it done, and that's
Yep.
that's the tagline that you want to have, right? Especially
And
with
that's
your
the brand. It's a great brand.
definitely is. Well, Evan, I
Cool.
appreciate you for being here. Congratulations on your new move back to
Thank you.
Arizona here shortly. Plus, I
Thank
think
you. Thank you.
there's some wedding bells in the future for you as well, too. Correct?
There is right after. So
Well, excited for
very
you and
exciting stuff coming up.
excited for you and your wife. I believe I know I met her
Mhm.
because she was with you, I think, last year at Fuse, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
good. Excellent. Well, Evan,
yeah.
I hope you have an amazing day. I appreciate all of you tuning in to our Grow and Get It series. If you're looking for a new tip or a trick, something that helps motivate you, even if it's something I'll say as simple as what Evan shared, execute on it, right? Actually put it down. Which ones am I going to do to get better this week? If you're looking for new, fresh ideas, check out our YouTube page at AIME National, as we have all of our past episodes to where we're sharing great ideas for brokers to go out and grow and get it. I hope you all have an amazing week. We will be back here next Monday, noon Eastern, in the Brokers Are Better channel. Mr. Einhorn, congratulations on the marriage. Congratulations on the move. And thank you. Thank you for being such a good member of our community and always be willing to help others around you. It means a lot. It means a lot to me because I've asked you a couple questions from time to time, and can't thank you enough for being here.
Well, thank you, and thank you, AIME.